Namaste everyone, and welcome to another of our Friday afternoon Qigong sessions. So today we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to again bring awareness to our lung meridian, and we're going to work a bit with the meridian lines. I'll track you down the body with them, and then we're going to go into our three treasures again, just to keep grounded and connected in a nice gentle flowing movement. So you'll find them on our playlists already for those of you that want to delve and have a play with the practice. So find yourself a comfortable place, and we'll start with our usual flexing the fingers, flexing the wrists, and taking a couple of nice deep breaths, just landing in this moment in your body, opening the elbows up, shoulders. Let the tops of your arms lead the movement, so that your hands and your wrists just follow from your shoulders. Lovely. Okay, let's get a bit of our spine open, just with picking the cherries. So imagine a line of opposition between your crown and your tailbone. And then imagine the side of that upstretched arm stretching open so that hip is anchored down. And that just gives a nice bit of a stretch through our vertebrae. Okay, let's open to the front and back of the spine. You can do these standing or seated. And notice your body, your breath, just becoming aware of what's going on inside for you. If there's any tension or tightness you're noticing, because there are things when we bring conscious awareness to it, when we breathe it, when we add sound, add movement, we can help to shift any tension, any stuck parts. So one place that we can carry that is on the tops of the shoulder, which is our gallbladder point, just over the top of the shoulder where it starts to get a bit fleshier. And you can just run your fingers down a few circles with the breath. Imagine that exhale releasing any tension or tightness. This is good, especially if you've had a lot of thinking, a lot of busy activity going on in your days, to help ground your back down a bit and take out any tension or tightness that you might be unconsciously carrying on your shoulders. Or if you've had shopping bags or anything awkward going on there as well, or you've been to the gym, you can be tight for any number of things. So just inviting your body to let you know where it needs a bit of awareness. We breathe, we soften it, just through intention, clearing stagnancy. Bit of a bounce. Right, let's open up the waist, our core. And the other way. And I always imagine like a bit of a pole between my tailbone and my crown, just to keep me nice and upright, to keep my spine with some integrity, and my zips providing a nice little visual on that today as well. Okay, let's open up side to side with this one is to open up the reptilian spine, again keeping a nice lift in the crown. You can relax the shoulders down as well. We're just moving, imagine you're between two panes of glass. It's lovely to just open up the side spine. It's a movement we don't often do, and get a bit of that waving movement going right the way through the body. Maybe relaxing the shoulders a bit as well. And this is one that you can do if you need a bit of grounding in the mabu, so the wide leg stance, or stance where we squat down a little bit, so our hands maybe on the knees, keeping the spine nice and straight. And again, you can from side to side. And even if you're seated, you can give this one a go. And just find what feels good. This corresponds with the snake and the earth element flows nice and grounded, flexible, belly close to the earth. Lovely. And again, to open up the side body, you can just stretch around and over to each side. Now that we're starting to develop these flows and postures, trying to give you a few variations. So let's open the front and the back of the spine just a little bit more. With our elephant swings its trunk, so the hands go above the head and then they go forward and down. So again, this one can give you a bit of a full body for those that are standing, opening right the way to the backs of your legs as well as to the front and back of the spine. And it gives us a bit of a chance to get the head below the heart for a while. Final time. And this time you can let them hands hang loose, maintaining again some awareness between the tailbone and the crown, bit of spinal integrity. And it's just the invitation to let go, to soften, to feel the ground beneath your feet, feeling all four corners of the feet. For those that are seated, feeling your sits bones, you can still bring the head below the heart or to rest on your legs. Gives the blood a bit of a chance to circulate nice and freely to the brain with a bit less effort. Oh, and it brings a bit of a light of awareness down the backs of the legs and the back body. So lovely. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit more open now. Let's open with the silk reeling. It's one we've not done for a while, where again we're letting the wave flow right the way through the body. From the soles of the feet, chest goes forward, hips go back, hips go forward, chest. So when the hips are forward, the chest goes back. When the chest forward, the hips. And it's just to invite, imagine a wave going, rippling right the way up the body. And again, it's just to support with flexibility, suppleness, opening the joints nice and gently, and getting that energy flowing nice and steadily through the body, helping the heart to just pump and circulate things a bit easier. Lovely. And just flowing, a bit of the wave-like movement which we'll be doing when we get to the flows. It's nice and gentle to ease the body into a bit of movement. So let's do one of our favourites, stork spreads its feathers, because I know people get a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders, but we scoop around and then we stand up straight and let them fingertips drop down. Again. Final time. At this point I'm imagining the breath sinking nice and deep, feeling it in the abdomen, in the lower back. Again, just to give my mind something to focus on and to support the body in relaxing and softening down. When my breath and my awareness is in my abdomen, the mind can settle and the body can soften and settle too. When the mind's constantly busy, the body's constantly responding to that. All the stresses and pressures that this 24/7 world and technology can bring for it. Just these few minutes to be in the body with the breath. And again, imagining that line of opposition between the crown and the opposite fingers. It'll just ease the tension off the top of the shoulders. And then we can give it a nice flex, and we can do the same with our wrists and our fingers. You can bounce into the heels. What we'll do first is we'll flush the channel and then we'll do our bouncing. So the lung points that we've been focusing on, again, I'll remind you, we go along the collarbone to where it meets the shoulder pocket. We take 2 fingers and it's that point there. And these points, again, shoulder blade, collarbone to the shoulder pocket, 2 fingers down here. These are linked to our immune system, so we can give them a circle, we can give them a tap to bring awareness, to release any tension, to just bring a bit of alertness. They say if these points are tense or tight, it's a mu point in Chinese, an alarm point, just a warning that the body might need a bit of a boost. But today I thought we'd flush the channel. So our lung meridian goes from that point in the shoulder pocket, and it goes down the arm, through the inside of the arm, and out through the fingertip. So again, we've gone down along from this pocket, just following with the hand, intentions, everything. Just imagine white light washing through all the way through to the end of the thumb. One more time. With yin channels, we flush going downwards. So again, find that where the collarbone meets the shoulder pocket, 2 fingers. And again, if you use the whole of your palm, that will cover everything. You can do it with just 2 fingers, and that's a bit more specific. Or you can use your whole palm. Just imagine breathing white light right the way through, clearing out the lungs, and we'll give it a bit of a flick. So that's one way as well you can support your lungs, your immunity. Breath's so key, and we're in the season of the lungs at the minute. So this is where we just let the tailbone bounce up and down. Those that are seated, you can just bounce gently into your sits bones. Really give them fingers and wrists a nice flex, especially if you've been doing any computer work. Let the shoulder blades relax and soften down the back body. We naturally do this for babies, and if we add the heart sound, you'll find a lot of people do this naturally when they're sighing, when people are nervous and they've got a lot of tension before races. In the Olympics, you'll see a lot of people just jumping about, and it's just releasing a bit of that pent up energy, giving it somewhere to go. You can imagine it washing out your fingertips, or just vibrating through the body. Slowing it down, and we'll come to our standard Wu Ji. So lower embrace the tree, where we've got our palms slightly cupped, so they're not fully stretched and straight. There's a slight cupping in them, as if we're holding a bowl in front of the abdomen. We're imagining a line of opposition between the crown and the tailbone. We're gently tucking the chin slightly. We're letting the shoulder blades relax down the back body. Noticing all 4 corners of the feet, balance between all of the points. Tailbone's dropping down slightly, the knees slightly bent. And this just opens up the energy pathways in the front and back body. And then we bring the breath. So you can imagine the breath landing low and deep in the body. Just imagine, even if you can't feel it, the breath landing in the abdomen. And here we're not forcing the breath, we're just giving the breath the opportunity, the invite to soften and deepen. So imagine them shoulder blades melting down the back body, while the breath gently expands in the abdomen. And we'll do our 4-sided breath again today. So imagine breathing to the front of the abdomen. Even if you don't feel it, just imagine a white light there. And that light expands with the inhale and contracts with the exhale. Now imagine that breath going to the sides. Gently expanding out to the side body and contracting as we breathe in, breathe out even. Expanding with the inhale, making space, contracting with the exhale, release. gently we're going to direct that breath, imagining breathing into the kidneys, the lower back, the back body. As we breathe lower and deeper in the body, there's more oxygen and it's more easily integrated and utilised by the body. So just by softening, deepening, we're supporting our body, we're making life easier for our body to restore, to refresh, rebalance. And from this place we flow. So we're going to go to our earth flow, which we've not done for a while, so I'll talk you through each bit. So we're just going to do some gentle waves up the body. So there's a gentle dipping down of the tailbone, then a slight lift up. This is just to open the door of life, open the back body bit. Some extra energy we've just created, breathing into the abdomen, we're just letting that wash gently up and down the chest. Imagine the hands gently directing like water, that breath, that light through the body. Final time. We hold an invisible ball and we let it wash through the water. We're going to breathe in to come up and out. Breathing in and let it wash down. Right, and we're going to hold our hands and just imagine connecting to the earth below our feet. The earth of our body, the bones of our body, the foundation. With the three treasures flow, we are just connecting, bringing awareness to the earth, to the nature around us and to the heavens. It's a bit of balance there. And then we bring the arms up and you can form that kind of shape, triangular shape, diamond shape in the palms. Imagining connecting to nature, to the trees, the plants, to the changes of the season outside, coming into balance and harmony with the falling of the leaves, the transition into the winter and the colder, darker months. We're just harmonizing with that, allowing that, accepting that, being present with that. Maybe sending some love to the plants, to the trees, or to people you love. It's connected to the heart. And then above, so we're connecting now to the skies, the heavens, the stars, whatever that is to you. You can imagine purple light slowly, gently filtering down through the crown, as if we've got that chalice like we've been doing. And we're just inviting light, energy, spaciousness. You know, the air, it's light, it's less dense, and we're just letting that wash in through our body, supporting, bringing light. Nourishment. I know I often breathe a bit slower and deeper when I look at the cool night sky outside in the cold. Nice deep breaths, watching the stars above me and watching my breath come out in those beautiful clouds. I feel expansive, I feel lighter, just for having been there. And we bring the hands in front of the head and just take a nice deep breath into the head, the centre of the head, the third eye. Kind of level. We've got different energy centres in the body in Chinese medicine, the upper dantian, the middle dantian at the heart. Breathing into the heart, and the lower dantian, the lower abdomen. And from here we flow. So we let them hands gently trace over the surface of water, and we come up and breathe out. Hands come up, forming a nice moon, and let it wash over the surface of water. Back of the palms, forming a moon. And this time we come up to the chest and we push out, and then the arms go up, imagining we're centered in the earth, and we scoop our arms around us and bring them through down to that kind of lower abdomen level. And then we're gonna breathe in, again, so we come up, go out, we're going to breathe in, we're in the centre of the earth, we're going to ground down, we're going to bring it up actually from the earth, we live and we learn, and we bring it back over our head. Oh, just imagine that earth washing right the way down here. We're going to come in and down. So we start again the same. This time we're going to connect to nature, so the backs of the palms come together. I'm going to push out and we're going to open to the horizon. Imagine a beautiful sunset in front of us, and we're bringing that into the back of the body, the front of the body, and again we're grounding down. And this time we're going to scoop up to that heart level and let it rest into the heart. Lovely. So we're going to wave up this time like silk reeling, and this time we can release like a whip with an audible sigh. Again, palms come together and wash over the surface of water, and we come up. Breathe in that sunlight, that horizon. Could even be a sunset, and let it wash down into the core. I'm going to breathe in. You can gather up warm pink or red light and let it wash into the heart. I'm going to breathe it in deep into the heart. That connection to nature, and we release. And we're going to wave up again and again, so the backs of the hands come to around the chin height, and then we whip out and let it wash down. Hands come together to our ebb and flow. So we come up again, we go out of the chest, and this time our arms go up. We get this starlight lightness, we wrap it around the body, ground it down, slight bend in the knees to the abdomen, and then we come back up the sides and we let that wash through into the crown and right the way through the body. And breathe in and let that wash all the way down the body, and again we wave and we whip. And breathe in. And the hands trace the surface of water, backs of the palms come together, up to the chest and away. We gather sunlight, starlight, the palms are facing upright, and then we turn them over and scoop around behind us and ground down into the abdomen. Breathe in. And we let that gather, pour down the crown and through the whole body. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. This time we draw down the heavens. Imagine purple or white light washing down the whole body. Balancing, resetting. Staying active in the palms with them slightly cupped. And you can imagine your mind is in that light washing down through the body. They say where attention goes, energy flows. bring that to centre at the abdomen. Another nice deep breath. And we can end our practice today with our hands again in front of the heart, and just imagine if there's someone you love that you'd like to send some love and awareness to, or maybe it's a favourite animal, a pet, a loved one, an ancestor, someone that's passed. Just sending some love, some gratitude. Gratitude enhances our state of being. It helps shift something within us. So whether it's a parent, a pet, the plants in the garden, the bees that have gone into hibernation, just sending love, appreciation to something that you value, you cherish, something that brings beauty or love, warmth to your life. And now we're going to turn the hands around and we're going to breathe some love into ourselves, into our own heart. Whether it's gratitude for this practice, for this body, this breath. Just thanking yourself for giving yourself this time, this space. Breathing gratitude into the heart, the lungs. Just giving thanks for this body and all that it does without us consciously having to think about it. Giving thanks for all that supports us and sustains us. And bring that back down to the abdomen. And again, let's just trace those arms around one more time. Call this centering, which brings everything together and into the abdomen. Bring our hands to our abdomen, just like bending the knees, lifting the crown, tuck of the chin. And again, coming back to awareness of that abdominal breath. Noticing how the body feels now compared to when we started. Noticing how just a bit of time, a bit of awareness with the breath, with the body. We can feel a little different. We can support our bodies a little more. Settle the mind. And come to a state of gratitude. So, circling around the abdomen and the core. And release with an audible sigh. Namaste everyone. Hopefully you feel more open and softer after that. Let me know how that was compared to the practices we've been doing. And I'll see you again next Friday for another of our Friday afternoon Qigong sessions. Until then, take care. Namaste.